Welcome back to the podcast, Brotherly Conversations. I'm the host, Noah, with my brother,
Joseph.
and this is episode 4, where we're going to get down to the last brain cell between the both of us.
I'll be honest with you. I've already been there since episode 1. Oh,
I'll be even more honest with you.
sorry. We can't forget the plant.
Plant, yes. Oh,
Why is it dead?
I was told you only have to water it once a week.
So you haven't watered it ever.
So I've watered it once a week.
That's cap.
I have. There's probably still water in it. Yeah, you can hear that?
Let me see this.
No, you don't break it. See?
Bro, he's swimming.
But look, there's...
No, he's swimming. You gotta take him out
It's
of
an
that
orchid. But
yeah,
look,
but he's
like,
swimming.
there's
I
green
know,
right
but
here.
He's swimming.
I think he's
You
fine
gotta drain
swimming.
that.
For the audio only listeners, like the one person, it's green.
Okay. I don't want to be here.
You want to be here.
You want me to be here.
Our fans want you to be here.
Do they?
Actually, one of our fans, shout out to Mitchell.
Yeah? What do you say?
Yeah, he had a question for us.
Oh boy.
He wanted us to compare Florida to California, but specifically which, I guess, the whole state entirely or people have more common sense and less common sense. We can pretty much boil it down to which people are stupider and which people are smarter.
Okay, I think Californians in general are a lot stupider and have a lot less common sense. Hashtag furries.
That's true. I haven't seen a single furry in Florida.
Well, that's because if you did, they would drop dead from the heat.
Seen a lot of them in California.
But then again, there's a bunch of Floridians that are also pretty stupid. At least when it comes to driving.
Yeah, driving for sure. I think California takes the
dub on
Okay.
not being a bad driver.
Yeah, so we'll go smarter. Who's smarter? Driving, California. Yeah. What about food? Who's better at making food? California.
There's a lot more kosher restaurants here. This is stupid. Get this out of here.
And just like that. Yes. Let's just put whatever we can find on the table. And
why not? Yeah. I think it's pretty even. I think it's even. As honestly, even as like a whole as a state, it's also even. Like California's got mountains and nature; it's beautiful. But Florida's nice 7 months out of the year. I don't know. It's a toss-up. They're both good, but depends on how you swing. Politically, at least.
Oh, this is not political.
And I know. So we can't go down this rabbit hole. Trump 2027. Sorry,
you're 27. When's the next election year?
What year are we in? 25? We just voted 20. So 28. 2028 will be the next election year.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can run?
He's going to start running for president in 2027.
He can't. No, first of all, he can't run again. This is the second term.
I know. DeSantis, president 2028.
I doubt he's going to run. Would you ever run for president?
I don't think so.
No?
Maybe.
Because
it's possible.
This might lead me into the next talking point. If you were president.
Past president?
If you were president.
Bro, there would be a lot of problems.
I feel like after your presidency, or probably within the first 100 days, we'd get to the post-apocalyptic world.
Well, if I was president, I'd have a zero tolerance policy on a lot of garbage and BS that's been flying around nowadays. And the prisons would be very full. So maybe don't vote for me for president.
I definitely would not.
Is this thing too low?
Why don't you clip it in?
That's it, but it
right there. Yeah, there you go.
Keeps drooping.
Drooping? Mine does not droop.
It gave me a dull clip.
Okay, so if you were president, now it's a post-apocalyptic world because everything went to shit. So
like it currently is.
With like a full, like imagine
Oh,
a
fine.
fully. I just watched this movie with my wife. I forgot what it was called,
Clearly, you were paying
but it
attention.
was no,
Clearly, you were watching the movie.
not really. But it was. It's based on a post-apocalyptic world. Really, like the transition. There's like a cyber attack that happened in America,
hmm
and just everything. Like you don't know what's going on. No TV, no signal. Planes nosediving into the ocean.
So, what's the question?
So, what would you do to survive in a post-apocalyptic world?
As a president?
No,
Oh, as
as
a
yourself right
person?
now.
Oh. Um, two things. One is I would go to either a Walmart or a Target and no, I tried. I would go to U-Haul,
hmm
pick up the 26 footer. Then I'd go to either Costco, Walmart, or Target and load up on food like chips and just
Water,
cookies, water,
canned
drinks,
goods.
like anything that's not perishable. Then I would go and stop off at a gun shop,
No.
loot the whole thing, take as much ammunition, many guns as possible. Then I'd go to Home Depot.
This is a lot of stops.
It's 3 stops, minus going to U-Haul.
You don't think other people in a
You
post-apocalyptic
didn't ask me
world
about other people. You
have
just
the
told
same
me
idea?
no, they're all dead.
I didn't say you're the last one alive. I said post-apocalyptic world.
Fine.
Like like Mark
Okay,
Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. Like,
fine.
they all have bunkers.
Fine.
You
So
wouldn't
new
try to
plan.
find one of those bunkers and raid it?
No. New game plan. Post up in Walmart.
Oh, so like you just like
I'm just gonna go to Walmart,
and pretend.
barricade the whole place
Mhm.
because Walmart's got sledgehammers, pickaxes, regular axes. They have some of the Walmarts, like the super Walmarts. They have
So you have to make sure it's the super center.
okay. Well, the one down the street is a super center, so and they got food, water, canned goods, bed, no beds, but pillows, couches.
To make a bed.
Make a bed.
So
They have everything you need in Walmart. I'd barricade all the other entrances.
they got wood.
They have everything. That's where I would be posted up.
So you're pretty much saying that you would just post-apocalyptic world. You'd be like, you know what? I don't need Mr. Beast. I'll make my own Mr. Beast video. I'll spend the rest of my life in Walmart.
Well, he's gonna do his own thing. So yeah. Also, he's in California.
No, he isn't. He's
Where is
in
he?
North Carolina.
Oh, well, that's not Florida.
Yeah, he probably has a bunker as well.
That's fine. He
Right,
can have his bunker.
He has a compound, actually.
He can have whatever he has.
As long as he leaves you Walmart.
Walmart is fine with me. You just go in, and then you're done. Just post up. They have video games.
Yeah, but in post-apocalyptic
Shut
world,
up.
there's no power. So you're gonna have to figure out how to do power.
They have generators.
So okay, so you could.
They have bathrooms too. Well, not this one. This one's bathrooms aren't working.
Seems
We'll go to a
always seems
different
to be
one.
out of order.
Well, I know why.
I've
Have you seen the people that go into Walmart?
Makes sense. But you know, one time I saw somebody walking to the bathroom. The checkout clerk's like, "Oh, it's out of order." Person looks at her, gives like a weird look, and then continues into the bathroom. Like there was like a thing that said "out of order," like one of those things that like a curtain rod
Yeah, now
ducked
that's-
underneath it, and then just went.
Yeah, now we know
And then,
why
like,
the doors are locked.
2 to 5 minutes later, you just smell this like sewage
Oh.
coming from the bathroom. I'm
That's
sorry.
disgusting.
This podcast is not amusing to you?
Your honest answer. So yeah, that's what I would do. I'm not gonna ask you because I don't care.
You see, I'd
Oh, you're gonna tell us
never-
anyways.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you anyways. I'd survive post-apocalyptic world. I guess pretty much the same way.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Walmart. What else? Home Depot. Oh, there's no
Yeah, but
food
there's
there.
no food at Home Depot. They have some drinks, but not enough to last.
No, they
That's
just
why
have
I
full
went with
fridges.
Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart's probably a good option. Okay, question for you.
You just asked me a question.
I have another question for you then.
All these questions.
I'm just trying to get a better understanding of
Oh my goodness.
the
Let's
inner
hear it.
workings of Joseph Cohen's mind.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What's more impressive? Benching 225 or doing 100 push-ups in a row?
100 push-ups in a row.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Because 100 push-ups in a row is a lot of stamina. 225 is just strength.
Okay, 315 versus 100 push-ups in a row.
That's a toss-up.
Now we get to the toss. Okay, 275.
Also a toss-up.
I'm just listening weight that you're just like, wow, that's just so much weight. I can never do it.
Yeah, I did 270. I've done 275.
Yeah, and then you wake up.
No. And then go to sleep.
It makes more sense. Then you go to sleep because the weight is too much and crushes
my
you.
neck. No, I've done 275. Have you?
No, my best I think is 250 or 255.
It's my warm-up weight.
Yeah, sure.
What else you got on this?
No,
posting
what? You can't see.
Yeah. I realized today that you can't use sunscreen that you stole from Canada 5 years ago.
Stole is a strong word. Let's
Okay,
not
fine.
use stole.
That people left behind, so I took.
Reacquired or earned.
Acquired.
Honestly, that's the best.
Found.
No, it's not found.
It was found by me.
Collected. After a whole summer, all the kids bring sunscreen, and they all leave it behind. It's gonna be thrown in the garbage anyways. So somebody needs to repossess it.
Yeah. So I took it. But
After 5 years,
I don't think it works. I'm pretty burnt today at the beach.
Yeah, we went to the beach today.
Like you could see here for our visual watchers, like a little bit.
Red.
Back is worse. I'm not gonna show you.
Question.
What?
Somebody who is blind, can you describe them the color red?
No. How would you describe the color red to them? There's no feel or smell to red. So if somebody's blind, how are you going to describe them? Oh, it's not blue? They don't know what that is either.
I mean, you can say like, oh,
the color of blood. They've never seen blood.
You know how like blue paint smells? It's like that red.
No.
You can high off the fumes? No, that's just red.
Do you think blind people should be allowed to drive?
What? Absolutely not. What kind of question is that?
Why that?
Well,
Have the road braille.
There's road. No, that's that way. If you're falling asleep, you wake up.
Or if you're blind, you just hug it.
Oh my god. Can you imagine? There's some blind guy and he has a stick inside to feel which one's the gas pedal, which one's the brake.
Or the car has a stick in the front to make sure that he doesn't hit anyone.
So if I'm counting our podcasts correctly, we're a fat phobic podcast and an ableist podcast. Okay. So since you believe that blind people have the ability to drive a car, do they?
Whoa. I never said that I believe it. I just said they should be allowed to.
Okay, fine. Should they be allowed to fly a plane?
Yeah, 100%. That's a lot easier than driving.
Is it a lot easier?
There's a lot less traffic.
Oh, also
a lot less things at the crash. Well, never mind.
What do you mean? There's less things crash into ever since 2001.
There's two less things.
There's
still plenty of things.
It's true.
But
Let's just have them fly out of the country.
I'm just saying, like, takeoff and landing might be a little bumpy, but once they're in the air, it should be okay.
I mean, it's always bumpy. I mean, look at like Delta or some other planes. Like they'll land, and then for some reason, their landing gear is not up to par or whatever, and then it's just gliding on the runway.
Yeah, terrifying.
Thankfully, I've never experienced that.
Where are we with Dr. Pepper?
Sponsored
our podcast.
No call has been made to them. No call has been received from them. Nor do I think we will ever get a Dr. Pepper sponsor.
Why not? I think we drink enough.
Yeah. I don't think they care, though.
They should.
So you're a married man, right?
Last I checked.
You grew up in a predominantly male household.
Okay.
Okay, you've had apartments and dorm rooms with men,
Right. I'm
and
not gay if that's what you're asking.
not where I'm going with this.
Okay.
But I'm glad you cleared the air for the audience at home. So it's not a front, just double checking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I told you, you know who you are. You said he's not gay. There's been some people asking.
I'm sure.
So when you go to the bathroom and you go number one,
Yes.
you have to urinate,
Yes.
drain the lizard,
Okay.
take a piss, however you want to say,
Squeeze the lemon.
squeeze the lizard.
Yeah, it was.
I was thinking of another one. I couldn't think of another one. Okay, so you do your business.
Yeah.
Now, do you put the seat down? Leave the seat up.
You'll lift the seat when you go to the bathroom.
You don't lift the seat.
Am I supposed to?
Well,
You just aim it. Just go in the middle. You don't have good aim?
you're an animal.
I don't understand.
You're saying you never lift the seat up?
Maybe in the middle of the night if I'm like half asleep.
Oh my god.
If you have aim, you have aim.
And if you don't have aim, you don't have aim.
Exactly.
So you're saying you don't lift the seat up at all?
No, okay. I lift the seat.
Okay, good. Now, do you put the seat back down or you leave it up?
I put it back down.
Why do you put it back down?
So I don't need to hear, Joseph! As my wife screams, she fell into the toilet.
Because it's apparently courtesy to put it down.
Is it?
Are
Okay,
you saying it's
sure.
courtesy? Why is it not courtesy to leave it up?
Because we live in a functioning society where people respect women more than they respect
I'm just saying, like, hey, you're gonna say, hey, put the seat down, so that way the next time I want to use it, I can go to the bathroom. Okay, well, what about the next time I want to go to the bathroom? Why can't we leave it up?
Because what happens if the next time you go to the bathroom you're going number
I'll squat.
2? Okay. You'll hover. This is why you just aim. You never have to lift the lid.
Yeah. It really shrinks your target down a little bit.
You have a hard time aiming with the lid down. You should see a specialist.
You close the lid.
Yeah.
Like closing the seat shrinks your radius a little
Not
bit.
the lid. Whatever.
And then you close the lid on top of that.
the rim.
At that point, what are you doing? Peeing underneath the seat like the little crack? There's no way you're getting it into the.
Honestly, just go in the shower.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually a great question. Do you pee in the shower?
Now? No. When I was living at home?
Yes. Why not? It's like
It all goes to the same place.
It all goes to the same place. It's multitasking. You're getting more stuff done.
And I shampoo after.
Of
so
course.
it cleans the floor.
Exactly.
I don't shampoo the floor. I shampoo myself and whatever runoff.
Yeah, the runoff. It's just being more productive.
Yeah. Basically.
This leads me to my second question.
Dude, you've asked me like 8 questions. How are you only on your second question?
The second question for this specific 2-part question.
Okay.
First question asked. Second question about to be asked. Do
Okay.
you also poop in the shower?
No, that's disgusting.
But like I've heard, I've never done it, but I've heard.
I'm sure you do it all the time.
You go, you do your business, and then you just stomp it down the drain.
That's disgusting.
Is it?
That's. What do you mean, is it?
I'm not saying I do it. I'm just saying, is it disgusting?
Yeah, it's nasty.
Okay, so like objectively, it's disgusting. We can agree on this.
Universally,
It's disgusting. Okay.
Unless you're in prison, you should not be doing that.
But in prison, their toilets aren't even. Oh, I guess their toilets are completely separate from the showers, so it might make sense for them to do it.
Exactly. That's a good question, though.
What?
If you were put in prison, how would you survive?
What kind of prison are we talking about?
Maximum security.
Like Alcatraz?
Well, Alcatraz wasn't maximum security because they shut down because they lost a few prisoners. But yeah,
I heard they're trying to bring it back.
that's what I heard too. I hope they do. Go Alcatraz. How would you survive?
Find the nearest pocket and
Oh my gosh. That's the opposite of what I would do.
But you'd
I'd
have somebody
find-
hold your pocket?
No, I'd find the biggest guy and beat him up.
And then when that doesn't work?
Well, then I'm dead, so
Oh,
perfect.
okay. So you find the biggest guy
it's
that's probably...
either I'm the king or I'm dead. There's no flying under the radar in prison.
Either that, I'm the king or I'm dead. Wow. What great advice.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're in jail for life without parole.
You didn't say that. You said, how would you survive prison?
Well, if you're at a maximum security, I doubt that you have parole.
Well, what's the crime? What crime did I commit to get the sentence maximum? And
What
was
crime?
I wrongfully convicted or?
Better question is, what crime did you not commit?
Okay, so assuming I committed a lot of crime.
The first thing you did was rob a liquor store.
That doesn't seem so bad.
That's not so bad. But then you were drinking while driving.
Can we make this hypothetical?
This happened to you last week, no?
No.
Okay, fine. It was hypothetically.
Wait. Yeah, hypothetically.
Hypothetically. You robbed the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving while drinking.
Okay, so you're drunk.
In a school zone.
You're drunk off of your supply that you stole.
In a school zone. Ran over some kids.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have...
You know what else?
No, I don't.
You made a list.
You made a list? You made Epstein's list or
you made
P. Diddy's?
a list.
Oh.
P. Diddy's list.
P. Diddy's list.
And then you continue to drive. Then you robbed a gun shop.
With what? A knife?
Oh, you just drove into the gun store.
And then what? I just drove out?
No, you picked up a rocket launcher and you shot
Gun shops have... Wait, what? Gun shops now have rocket launchers.
Yeah.
And they are...
Grenade launcher, sorry.
Grenade launchers, okay. And they're just happen to be
across
perfectly...
across the street from the mosque. Yeah. Well, the one over here has a shooting range in it, so makes sense.
That makes more sense than...
Although, maybe I misunderstood that. Maybe they said it was the shooting range.
Then it has a that makes more sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
What are you doing now?
I've had enough of this turtle. Bring in this turtle.
We're going to run out of things to have in our podcast.
I know. We need to get a tree or something.
As we said previously, we went to the beach today.
Oh my goodness.
And we bought chairs the other night.
Oh yeah, we did. It was great.
Beach chairs. Because we felt we needed beach chairs. We're going to be going to the beach a lot.
I was going to sit on the floor like a peasant.
Yeah, nobody likes sitting on the floor.
Get sand all over there.
And, you know, being us, we went to the beach chair section.
Obviously.
And there's a pretty good variety of beach chairs.
Yeah, we tested them all out.
So we have to
well,
test
not
them
all
out.
of them. There were some that were like $80 that I was not touching.
Yeah, no. Within price range, we tested like maybe 2 to 4, something like that. But then our wife, or at least my wife, I don't know about your wife, was like, "What are you guys doing?" It's like, "What do you mean? What are we doing? If I'm gonna sit on a chair and pay this price, I'm gonna want to know how it feels to sit on."
Yeah, it's like test driving a car.
Exactly. You're not just gonna buy a car and
without
then
sitting in it.
Mm-hmm. I agree, 100%. But then the three of us, me and our wives, we all got these nice lounge chairs, like me a chair or a lounge chair, and then you got this like oversized, like zealous.
What are you saying, bro? Your chair, you could lay on it, and it's got a hole for your head.
It is like a massage
like
chair.
You get a massage
on the beach.
Exactly. And I got a normal chair because I'm not a freak.
But we did when we got to the beach. They were having some kind of like Zumba class or yoga, or they were playing something.
They were having a Zen session. It was Zen yoga. What's Zumba? Zumba's the exact opposite of what they were doing. I heard people were laying on the floor with their eyes closed. Zumba, you're dancing around to loud music.
I heard some rainwater.
Yeah, they had
like
the
a
weird
log
thing
or something. I saw some smoke coming out of some of them.
What?
We did go snorkeling though.
Yes. And I found some really nice seashells that you guys decided that you didn't want.
Well, you should have kept them then.
I didn't want them. I don't want that crap
Okay.
in my house.
Well,
I have a whole box of seashells in my house.
Yeah, but we didn't earn them. If you didn't
Yeah,
earn
I
them,
earned them for you.
No, it doesn't work that way. So
That's
you should keep
how it
them.
works.
No.
Well, I left them at the beach. So if anybody wants them, you can go get them.
Yeah, I'm sure the ocean swallowed them back up.
I didn't put them in the ocean. I left them exactly where we were sitting. There were some good ones.
Yeah, got some good videos of a crab under the water.
I remember that crab. It was Mr. Krabs.
It's a crab.
He was looking for that penny.
Yeah, he was trying to steal my money. I'm like, I don't even have any money. Okay, so let's wrap up. You have any final thoughts on
life
or what we've been talking about, California versus Florida?
Yeah, I don't want to do this podcast with you anymore. I think we're ending it.
This is the fourth and final episode.
Yeah. Guys, like, it gets so sad.
Okay, might be the fourth and final podcast, unless you guys leave a
Unless this podcast gets 500 views.
500 views.
500 views. And 30 likes. What's the average likes that you get on your videos? 6. 30 likes. And at least 15 comments.
15 comments, 30 likes,
and
500 views. So keep refreshing the page, is what I'm hearing. Okay.
Maybe you can only like it once.
Yeah. Guys, there's this thing that you can do. You go onto Google, you make an account, you subscribe to the account. Okay, well, so 30 views?
No. 500 views.
500 views.
30 likes.
30 likes.
15 comments.
That's a lot of comments. You're only putting the likes at 30 and then you do 15 comments? Can we
Half
go for
as many likes?
Let's do a fourth or a fifth.
Fine. 30 comments.
That's 100%. Okay, so please leave a comment or he's going to leave the podcast and this will be the final episode.
You might leave the podcast even if they do comment.
500 views, 30 likes, 5 comments. That's all the time we have. Bye.